What's up, everyone? Scott the TroutHammer here. Got another quick tip video for you guys. So recently did a couple of videos where I was fishing in the ocean, fishing in the jetty and fishing in the surf, and wanted to show you guys what you need to do when you get done fishing in the saltwater. And this is actually pretty crucial. I don't know if a lot of guys have done tips for videos like this. I know PK does. Figured I'd do it on my channel since I did some ocean fishing videos. Figured I had the responsibility to teach you guys this. So salt water obviously is corrosive to metal, and when you get back from fishing in the ocean, what you want to do is you want to give your rods, reels, and lures, you use a good long rinse with water. I've got this set to pretty good jet setting too. A lot of the rods I use when I go ocean fishing are Fenwick rods. The reason I use Fenwick rods is because they use really high quality guides, and those guides are corrosive resistant stainless steel, but still I want to take the precaution to make sure my rods have some longevity. So I'm going to spray down all the guides individually of the rods I use, give them a couple second spray. These last couple of guides, just hose them all down at the same time. It'll spray the butt of the rod and the handle of the rod too. But more importantly, give the reel a good long soak, making sure I get in underneath the spool housing also, because that is what I want to have last the longest, that reel. Rods can be pretty easily replaced, but the reels, those are the important ones, and those are the ones I've actually had break down the most from ocean fishing. This is my surf rod. Definitely want to keep this one for a while. So making sure I hose this down real good, get all the guides. Then also the same for the casting reels that I use. Making sure I give those a good long hose down. Try to rinse as much of the salt water off as I can. I live about an hour and a half away from the coast, so it did dry off on the way home. So I want to make sure they get wet, sort of get that salt water that's dried onto the guides and into the reel, nice and wet, and then rinse it off. Try to dissolve as much of that salt water as I can. And not only the rods that I used and the lures that are still attached to those rods, but also the lures that I used while fishing there. I don't want those to sit in my tackle box and corrode, so I'm going to make sure I get these hosed off pretty well too. Just sort of run some water over the metal parts. Sort of hose off the pavement also. Try to rinse away as much of that salt water as I let these sit out in the sun and in the heat of the day to dry off. So yeah, there you go, guys. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Something you definitely should do every time you do any saltwater fishing with your rods. Even if you have rods that are designed to have, to be corrosion resistance on the guides and in the make of the reel and then the rod, definitely still want to hose it off from the salt water. Don't want to let those sit and corrode. This will give your rods a lot of longevity, and especially your reels a lot of longevity. But yeah, thanks for watching. As always, tips up, tight lines, have fun fishing.